Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Fine, 90. 56 is the mark. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Let's go.
Now Wilson on first down. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
40. There we go. Ankle. March 47. March 47. Watch the pass. 47 mark.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Check. 12. Pass 47.
From the shotgun, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Screen 80. Mike 47. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Penny will try to punch it in. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another try for Penny. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Myers able to knock it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now Breeze. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing now is Breeze. That's complete to Meredith. A 3rd down gain of 19. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? You ready? 56. Watch the run. They're running it.
Running on first down, Eckler. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Now Breeze. And it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
29 is Mike 29. Double go.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night, they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Dancing to his left. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Will Lutz on for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run this with Homer. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it up.
And this is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the Saints, 1st down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Mike 29. Hey, easy. 29. Check, check, check.
It's our time. It's our time.
On 1st down, Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On play action, now Breeze. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
In his 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Up the flat.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
Breeze now on first down. Steps away to his left, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Brees going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
47's the mark. Run.
Now Wilson operating from the gun. Now he'll escape to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, easy.
29 is the mic.
Here's Breeze. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Banjo.
We go 21. Hey, Orbit.
Here I come again.
Breeze now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
5-9. Hey, easy.
The handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
Set. 5-9.
Check right 33. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D, man up.
Play action. Breeze. And he rifles one incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Mike's 47.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Mike 47. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Check Mike 47. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Alert.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards that time for number 14. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Oh, yeah.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
From the gun, a give to Penny. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, the tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Come on.
Throwing again. Wilson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Just like that. 47's the mic. 47.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, but it's going to be 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Mike 47. Watch the run. Gun. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. That's caught out right by Jennings. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
19.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. They come out here in the eye. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run with Penny. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand.
Ready? You ready? 54. Right 54. And watch your leg. Here we go. Keep moving. Keep going, boys. Moving. 0-2. Yes.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run the counter with Murray. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Breeze now. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Brings up second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. To throw, it's Breeze. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Set. 5-9. Mike 29. Here we go, G.
This is a counter play. Eckler. And now a fumble. The ball's out. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. 40.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for... This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action with Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Hey, easy. Who's that? 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, Heavy.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 31 yards. 1st down, New Orleans.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was. Out.
So for New Orleans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.